So I'm kind of excited about these new books that I got. They're watercolor paper. I got a CuppaClip, I guess is what it's called. And it's like a book, so that's cool. But when you open it, it's an accordion watercolor book. And I already put a couple of things in it. And this opens too. I'm wondering if it isn't so you can mark your pages, because I just marked that page and that actually works quite well. So this is cold press. I'm so looking forward to doing things with it. Today we're going to do something with it. I mean, I was just playing with colors and stuff there. So, this is the same company. And this one is a hot press. And they're smaller sheets. Put my name in there. And I just tried some colors out. This is just not the paints I'm using today, but I was just trying it out. Hot press is a smoother paper, where cold press has got kind of a roughness to it. So yeah. So and this one comes with a pocket. Oh yes, they're both 100% cotton. And at the moment, they're like $12 a piece, $11.99 or $10.99. Not very expensive compared to some, so that's a good thing. What I want to do is I want to play with some art that I was considering doing, but what I want to do is I want to practice in my little book. So this is my little book of people. I think I showed this before. I did some trees. Okay. And this is the brush I want to use. Or maybe we'll use this silver black velvet. And yes, I got clean water. So that's cool all by itself. And the paints I'm using today is Graham. That's these. And this is Core. Yeah, Core paints, which you don't see me using very often. But in this Core, I have indigo. And on this one, I have some kind of blue, but I can't think of how to say the word. And it looks like the green leaked into my blue. We'll have to clean that out at some point. Let's see if I can get some of it out right now. Because if I can't get it out, I definitely don't want to use it. We don't want to use blue-green. Actually, that's probably not a bad idea. I think we can, but Graham has honey in it, and it melted in. Yeah, you can see there's some green there. So we're not going to use that blue for what we're doing with this. But the indigo, the Core, is really close to that blue. You gotta love indigo. Well, you don't have to love indigo. I love indigo. Okay, we're gonna do a practice picture here. And I was gonna tape this down. Put a little tape right here. I need a horizon. Actually, before the horizon, I'm gonna need to frame it out because, well, because I want to. And that's the beauty of your art books. You can do whatever you want. And then at that point, you can show them to people, or you can keep it to yourself. It don't matter. It's all about you. How super cool is that? Okay. We're going to start with straight up indigo, and I'm going to use it really thick right off the bat. Hold that tape down. I want it super thick right there. And then we're going to take a very wet brush and pull it down. Like that. And some kitchen towel. I'm going to dab it out because I'm going to need some clouds. So we're going to do that. And then maybe some more, excuse me, some yellow ochre. I'm going to put some yellow ochre in the clouds, and we're going to dab that out too. On the bottom of the clouds. All right, now remember, it's the paper. And I'm imagining it's going to be better on this other paper. I don't think this is very good watercolor paper, but that don't matter at the moment. So what we want to do now is we're going to go ahead and dig into this green and blue and the words that I can't say. And what I like to do, and what I have done for forever, is scrape alongside the watercolor like this, so it looks like we're on a lake. Yeah. And then we need this horizon line to be darker because okay, I am not liking this on here, and just so you know, this is a sampling of on this particular page. We want some really dark, we're basically using 3 colors. We're using yellow ochre and indigo and I couldn't even spell it out, let alone say it. We're gonna need some palm trees hanging over the water. And we're going to leave that like that because I want to do it on some different paper to see what we could get. Kind of a study, if you will. So there's the first one. Put that where we can see it, if we can see it. I don't think I want to use that tape again. Now we're going to use hot press and see how hot press does. That paper was basically a sketching watercolor paper that I got from a big box store, not an art supply store. And yeah, so there's that. Okay, we're gonna do it again. Remember, this is hot press. And we're gonna try it again. Okay, I want to start with this brush. This is a Degado squirrel hair. Yes, real squirrel hair. I do not know if squirrels were hurt during the making of these brushes. So if that makes me a bad person, I'm just gonna have to say I'm sorry. And this again is hot press. I did it a little differently because I'll put some darker up there. I need some clouds going on in there. And once again, I need to get my yellow ochre. And I definitely want to wash out my yellow ochre a little bit. That. It'll be like, you know, the top of the clouds. And if you be careful, because yellow ochre is going to turn kind of greenish at the top of the clouds. And then, once again, back into the indigo, because we want the bottom of the clouds to be moving along. Let's do that. And we're going to tap her out a bit. That. Now we're going to work on, yes, I'm doing this quick. Normally it would take more time, but this is fine. You know what we're doing here is we're making art. Now, I'm gonna do the water line, and take off some of that. We'll start with now. Hot press works differently than cold press because the paper is smooth. So I'm not going to have the ripple effect like on that paper. So if I go like fast like that, I get kind of the ripple effect. So that's, I mean, every time you get different paper, you learn what your paper wants. And this paper wants more attention. And once again, we're going to take the same color, because I'm just basically using 2 or 3 colors here. Ooh, that was probably a bad idea. But that's okay. We'll let that dry a little bit while I put some kind of in a background like that. And we can lift off some of that paint. With a dry brush, dryish brush, like that. Ah, isn't that funny how it gets funny like that? It's still tropical. Let's do that. Let's take this tape off. Hot press. Fast painting on hot press. You definitely need to dry that before you add more on. That's the second one. Okay, one more. Now we're going to do cold press. And what we're going to do is a clean page. We're going to use this page right here. And yes, I'm going to use the whole page. Like that. The tape seems to stick better on the book, 5x7 book. So that's kind of cool. All right. Here we go again. Nope. Yep. And normally I would go sideways, but I want it up this way. We're going to put some indigo on here. Dabble it off a bit. And we're gonna do that with it because I want my clouds wispy. Is that a word? Wispy. Yes. And the yellow ochre again, which is strange all by itself. Which will be like on the top of the clouds. The sun is shining through and making the clouds bright. And then the indigo on the bottom of the clouds. I'm going to put some darker colors in there. Ooh, that's a little bit much. Like it's the bottom of the cloud. Yeah, a little more color. This is the scary part when I pick up color and I don't wipe anything off, you get that. Okay, we're gonna go with that. That's how I want it. Okay, more indigo. Lots and lots of indigo. Are you ready? Okay. Yes. Put your brush off to the side. Go straight. Want a really dark background. Dark. I'm going to give that a half a second to dry. I want some really, really dark. Actually, I was using this big, it's not a big brush. It says it's a size 2. I mean, this is also a size 2. Oh no, this is a size 0. So it depends on what kind of brush you are using. Now I am going to use this one, which is a silver black velvet. This is a size 6. I mean, your sizes are going to be whatever you're playing with or working with as far as that goes. And when I do watercolor, I am playing. Okay, we need our palm trees. We're going to do 3 of them. And they're hanging out, being palm trees just like that. And then the grasses by the water. That. I hope I'm not pulling this out of the line here. Now, if you wanted to, you could take some like orange and just add a little bit of orange on there too, so it's like a sunset or a sunrise. It all depends on what you're comfortable with. And I'm not going to do any of that right now. I just wanted people to see that you can take cold press and do that. And where's my little pen? Oh, you never know. We're going to use this pen. I haven't used this pen for quite some time. There, we'll fix that. Probably fix that again later. This is cold press. This is hot press. 100% cotton. 100% cotton. I don't know if you can see it with the camera here, but these papers are definitely different, smooth. And this is more of a generic watercolor here, generic watercolor paper, which is thin, and this is different. Definitely has more of a substance to it. So just showing you what you can do when you use different papers. And I used the same brushes and I used the same paint. Yeah. For this particular picture, I'm going for the cold press. I want everybody to know that it's been a joy to to paint in front of everybody, and I plan on continuing to do this. I've had things going on in my life, and I've kind of slacked off a little bit. I am not sorry. I am taking care of me. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this and have a great week. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share. Everything helps. Have a great day. Bye.